Okay, so today we're going over my top 24 life lessons of 2024. Does that make sense? We're going over my top 24 life lessons of 2024. So today we're going over the top 2024 life lessons of 2020. No, that's not it. So today we're going over my top 24 life lessons of 2020. So today we're going over my top 24 life lessons of 2020. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're returning, shout outs to you, fam. Cheers to 2025. What is with me in this 2020? Child, we don't even want to go back to 2020. This is crazy. How is the assistant downstairs just eating? We supposed to be filming. Okay, I don't even know where is my assistant. Sauce? Yeah, that's smart. These armpits are already getting out of control. Okay. We gotta get this. They're getting out of. Put no D on it. What do you mean? Not the D. Put no deodorant on. I put the D on. Don't lift your arms up. Child, I'm not. Hey, let's be honest. We're all really here for the bloopers and B-roll. We're all really here for the bloopers and B-roll because we never know what's gonna come out my fucking mouth. Blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby, I can get you. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Bag it up. I like the way you work. I'm a bad bitch and I'm a nigga. I have shorts on. What's up, Dick fam? It's your boy Diggity, aka Diggity the Body Doctor, aka your health bae, and we're back. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're returning, cheers to 2025. Today, we are about to get into some things, baby, because 2024 was ghetto.
I'm in the ghetto.
Okay, so I'm going dry this month. So today I'm drinking the Diggity. Y'all already know the vibe. A little peach mango green tea, a little bit of honey, some turmeric, and ginger. So today we're going over my top 24 life lessons of 2024. Child, the ghetto. This year drained me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend and bring a friend so we could all be friends. You feel me? Okay, so we about to get into some things. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, like this was definitely a conversation that I was running from, or, you know, kind of avoiding. Well, I realized I had a little bit of resistance around it, and I realized that the resistance was coming from running from myself, really. Like this is a moment where, you know, you kind of have to face yourself, you know what I mean? We can have like conversations and dialogue, by the way. Yeah, feel free to chime in, comment below if any of this resonates with you. Let's keep the conversation going in the chat. Chat, could I fold that bitch no yoga mat?
The chat is very in good vibes.
Okay, so life lesson number one. Life lesson number one that I wrote down. Remember who the fuck you are. Remember who the fuck you are? Like, that's law. And where does that come from? Like, how did I come about that? What I've experienced and what I know is, like, as you're evolving, there's new levels and there's new devils. And I realized that you gotta remember your wins. You gotta remember when you were most recently successful. You gotta remember who you are. And, you know, it's so interesting because the other day you had asked me, one of my life lessons was remember who the fuck you are. And you were like, well, who are you? And I thought about that. And that's a great question. And I'm a lot of things, you know? It's so funny because I was just thinking, as I'm meditating, one of my affirmations is, I am peaceful, I am prosperous, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am strong, I am peace, I'm prosperity, I'm health, I'm wealth, I'm abundant, I'm success, I am strength, and I am joy. That's my affirmation. And not only that, I'm resilient. And I feel like you have to remind yourself that, because the world will try to convince you otherwise. And, you know, and people will try to convince you otherwise. And you have to remind yourself to remember who the fuck you are. And that's what I mean when I'm talking about remember who the fuck you are. It's really like I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga.
I'm that nigga because I am that bitch. And because I am that bitch, it's because I am that nigga.
And also, just for full disclaimer, a lot of these life lessons are, you know, just about success and achievement, you know. So number two, the life lesson for 2024 was be excited about everything. Be excited about everything. And then I also put in parentheses, money loves excitement. Money loves excitement. What I realize and what I understand is everything is energy and everything is an energy exchange, and money loves excitement, but more on a deeper level, people love excitement. Like who wants to sow into unfertile ground, or who wants to, you know, who wants to invest into low vibration? You know what I'm saying? So number two, be excited about everything. Life lesson number 3 of 2024, keep your vision in plain sight. I'm gonna say that again. Keep your vision in plain sight. Listen, repetition is the mother of learning. And the more that you can keep your vision in sight, the more confident, the more certain, and the more clear you can be in your direction in achieving any and all of your goals. So and that kind of ties back into lesson number 1, which was remember who the fuck you are, right? In this world of chaos in which we're living in, we are being marketed so many messages a day that you could forget not only who you are, but also your vision, right? So many people are trying to win your trust, and also so many people are trying to sell you their vision, right? Sell you their story and get you on board with their story. So you want to be very, 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 what are you doing? You want to be very, very, very certain about your vision, right? Because it's yours, it's uniquely yours, and you just want it for that. Okay, life lesson number 4. This is a good one. Life lesson number 4, always keep score in all areas. Always keep score in all areas. So always keep score in all areas. What do I mean by that? You got to keep score. You got to know what your numbers is looking like on a scoreboard in all areas, right? Like what's the finances looking like? What's the relationships looking like? You know, what's the spirituality looking like? You know, how many times a week are you meditating? How many times a week are you getting movement, and are you moving your body? How long are you moving your body? You feel what I'm saying? Like what's the relationships looking like? You know what I mean? Like you got to keep score in all areas of life, because here's what I do know. Where focus goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. I'm gonna say that again. Where focus goes, energy flows. Do you feel me? So you gotta keep score in all areas of your life, because what you focus on grows. Period. Life lesson number 5. Life lesson number 5. Oh, this is a good one. Life lesson number 5. 3 strikes and they're out. 3 strikes and they're out. You feel me? Like 1 time, shame on me. 2 times, what is it? What is it? Is 1 time, shame on you. 2nd time, shame on me. 3rd time, there will be no 3rd time. Okay, so 3 strikes, you're out. And I even think that's 2 strikes. I think my new rule is 2 strikes, you're out. I think I'm gonna change that. 2 strikes, you're out. But this was a real hard one that for me this year that I really learned is just like giving people too many chances. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them when they tell you. A lot of times, and it's so interesting, I was having a conversation earlier, and I was like, you know, like we gotta learn to allow people to be who they are. Like a lot of times, and from my experience, it's like, you know, I'm sitting around waiting for people to change, or you know, you've communicated what you would like to see or what you need, or you know your expectations. And sometimes you got to allow people to be people and just accept them for who they are and what they tell you that they can, you know, provide, or how they could show up for you. And that is okay. You know, sometimes we're not always the right fit. And this year I just realized that, you know, I think the path of least resistance for me, and what I've noticed and just in life, is just allow people to be people and for them to show you who they are. And you just only got 2 strikes with me. You only got 2 strikes with me. I just cut it down to 2, period. Life left. Ooh, Shout out to my sis, my ex boom comb, Azaria, period. I see you, baby. Life lesson number 6 is in honor of Azaria, who reminded me and who challenged me this year to give up what you must. Life lesson number 6, give up what you must. I don't know why that's a mouthful for me right now. This one is so huge because what I realized, and Erykah Badu said it the best. Bag a lady, you gon' hurt your back, carrying all the bags like that. Or whatever she said. You know, whatever. We love it. Shout out to Erykah. We love Erykah, first of all. But give up what you must. A lot of times we are carrying a lot of baggage and a lot of stuff that does not serve us. So, you know, if you want to make that long journey, if you want to succeed and get across the finish line, give up that baggage, baby. Just give it up. Okay, life lesson number 7. Oh, this is another one inspired by Azaria. Life lesson number 7, embrace the suck. And then I put it into my lingo, my wording. Find the joy in the suck. Find the joy in the suck. Embrace the suck and find the joy in the suck.
Please.
Can you suck it?
What?
You know, perception. Perception is everything, right? Change the way you look at something and what you look at will change, right? Change the way you look at something and what you'll look at changes. So find the joy in the suck. Find the joy in the suck, you know, it's just how you look at it. Okay, life lesson number 8 of 2024. Oh, this is another really hard one. I learned this at the top of the year too. Ooh, baby, hold on. I don't even think I'm ready to discuss that. I don't know if I could go there today. I don't even know if that's heavy. This right here is heavy. This is heavy. Okay, so this is life lesson number 8. Life lesson number 8 is inspired by my cousin, and I'm so happy and grateful for my cousin Jarrell. Shout out to my cousin Jarrell. Very wise. And like that's another thing also too, is like you gotta really make sure, this is a side tangent, but you gotta make sure you have a strong and wise community that is surrounding you and that is looking out for your best interest and who can really see your blind spot. You feel me? Because you can't see your blind spots. Sometimes you can't see, you need other people to see your blind spots and see outside of yourself, to help you see outside of yourself rather. And shout out to my cousin Jarrell who pointed this out. You know, he came up to me one day and he was like, he's like, you want to know what your problem is? You need to pivot faster. You need to learn the art of pivoting faster. And so life lesson number 8 is inspired by my cousin. Shout out to him. And it's pivot as soon as you have the hunch. A lot of times, and for me, I guess I'll speak from my experiences, like I guess the resistance and the pivoting is being so tethered and stuck to the vision. And what I realized is, you know, it's okay to pivot. A pivot doesn't mean you failed. A pivot doesn't mean you're a quitter. A pivot doesn't mean you're less than. A pivot doesn't mean that, you know, you can't do whatever it is you're trying to do. Sometimes you just need to pivot. Take the path of least resistance. And also, and in this moment, another thing that's coming to me is like, it doesn't have to be hard, right? Maybe that's life lesson number 8A. It doesn't have to be hard. And so if you realize you have to pivot, don't be afraid to pivot. Just pivot. Okay, life lesson number 9. It's never too late to plan. Ooh, that's a good one. Life lesson number 9. It's never too late to plan. I love that one. Even like in the beginning of this year or every year, like people are setting goals, New Year's resolutions, this, that, and the third. And like sometimes it could feel like, okay, but what about me? Like what about my vision? What about my goals? What about my plan? And it's like sometimes you just don't have the answers in the moment, and sometimes you need to meditate, sometimes you need to pray and tap into your source and get the answers, and sometimes it takes patience and it takes faith. And if there's anything that I can encourage you, is that it's never too late to plan. And also, we're on number 9A. It's never too late to start over. I'll also even go further and say that it's never too late to start over. Even if you work a plan, or if you drafted a plan, you're working a plan and you want to scrap the plan and start over, that's okay too. And it's never too late. I don't care what nobody say.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Okay, number 10, make decisions on what's attainable. Ooh, baby, this one right here, this one is a challenge for me because shout out to the dreamers. First of all, shout out to the dreamers. Keep dreaming, baby. Keep dreaming. Don't let anybody ever tell you to quit dreaming. I hate when people oh, stop that dreaming, or no, keep dreaming. Dream big. You feel me? Like, dreaming is so important, and dreams come true. Dreams come true. But this right here stemmed from like this year really this year I learned about capacity and what is attainable in your capacity. So I learned that it's okay to dream, and it's okay to have big vision and big dream, and understand your capacity. What's attainable now? What's that one big domino that if you attacked, or if you knock that domino over, you can get closer to the big vision, right? And also, how can you get started now and get fancy later, right? How can you get small wins now that lead to the big? So for me, I just realized a lot of the dissonance, a lot of the resistance that I have experienced within achieving my goals have come from just wanting to eat the whole elephant at once, and not realizing, like, damn, the elephant is like 8 tons, and that's a big bitch. That's a big bitch. Like, how are you gonna eat this whole so you gotta eat the elephant one bite at a time. One bite at a time. Okay, moving along. Number 11. Life lesson number 11 of 2024 is always work from a plan. Always work from a plan, right? I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna scream it to the mountaintop. Okay? Always work from a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Period. That's just that. That's just that on that. Okay? Number 12. Okay, life lesson number 12. Define a clear, definite target. Define a clear, definite target. You gotta understand your target. You gotta understand your goal and what's required for it. You know, what does it look like, right? What does the Bible say? Child. Ooh, not me going to the Bible. And just so y'all know, I am no theologian. I am no priest. I am no pastor. I'm just diggity, okay? And I'm gonna just give it to you raw and uncut and honest. You know, I know my Bible verses, but I don't know them, like, you feel what I'm saying, verbatim. But I believe somewhere in the Bible it says, make the vision plain. Something like that. I know it says something like that. Make the vision plain. And so you gotta, you know, not only, so back to number 3 was keep your vision in plain sight. Not only do you got to keep the vision in plain sight, but you also got to define a clear, definite target. And, you know, making it plain. If you just make it plain for yourself. Oh my gosh. I'm getting too comfortable in front of this camera. Okay, let's start over. And when you understand your target, you understand your goal, you attract what you deserve and you desire so easily and effortlessly, and it comes so much faster to you. And I really realized that in 2024. It's like, yeah, you have the vision and you know your goals, but do you really know your goals? Do you know your goals? Like, do you understand your target and what it takes to get to your target? What that effort looks like? What that output looks like? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times I feel it's like, yeah, we say we want to have $1 million year. We say we want to lose 30 pounds, but do you really know what that looks like? Do you really know what that effort and that energy looks like? And I realized that by making it plain and understanding the target, defining a clear, definite target, it makes it so much easier. Okay, 13, begin with why now. Begin with why now. You gotta ask yourself, why now? Why now? Why now do I wanna clean up my credit? Why now do I wanna lose 20 pounds? Why now do I wanna deepen my faith with God? Why? Why now? Once you understand that why, I've realized that you are more likely to not only succeed at your goal, but you also have a deeper connection with your goal. I believe we're on number 14. Number 14, understand your target inside and out. And I think I already talked about this a little bit with the define a clear, definite goal, but understanding your target inside and out, and I'm gonna add to this, obsess over your target. I put in parentheses here, think capacity. Understand your target inside and out, obsess over your target, think capacity. Once again, you wanna lose 30 pounds, you wanna have $1 million year, you wanna get that boyfriend, or you wanna get married. Think capacity. You wanna have a baby girl, you wanna have a baby boy. Think capacity. Does my family have the capacity to add to our family right now? Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's in 6 months. Maybe it's in a year. But, right, once you have a clear picture of that vision and that goal is defined definitely and clearly, what I've learned, what helps me is just to think about capacity. Do I have the capacity to achieve what I want to achieve right now? And if I don't, what's that domino that I can knock down? What's that small win that I can achieve, or what will get me there? Breaking it down that way has just been so helpful. Number 15, write out a clear, simple plan. A lot of time for me, right, we're talking about my these are my life lessons of 2024, right? Make a clear, simple plan. I tend to get in the weeds of things, or, you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I could be completely open and honest about that. I'm a little bit of perfectionist. And with that, I can kind of over elaborate on plans, or, you know, sometimes the dreams be dreaming and it's, you know, it's a big vision. So the plans could kind of get, you know, overwhelming. And I just realized that paring it all down, making it simple, making it plain just helps keep everything in alignment for me. And it helps me attract a little bit more faster and easy. So I think number 15, I think that's where we're at. Write out a clear, simple plan. Life lesson number 16 of 2024. Begin with who, not how. This is such a good one. Begin with who, not how. And this is a quick name drop, book drop. Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. If you have not read it, run, don't walk. So I read Who Not How, and basically the premise of the book is when achieving goals, we tend to ask the wrong question. The question we tend to always just, we've been trained to and conditioned to always just resort to how, when really we should be asking who. And Dan explains that when you ask who, you can achieve your goals faster, because when you ask how, not only is that taking more effort and energy and brain power for you figuring out the how, and it takes longer to figure out the how, when you can just go get a who. Like, my laundry is overwhelming. It's never done on time. I never have, you know, clean clothes for work. How can I fix this problem? Well, the question is not how, the question is who. I need a housekeeper, or I need to take my, I need to invest into a laundry service, right? And that's the fix. Or how do I begin to generate 20K a month consistently, easily, and effortlessly? Hire a coach. You know what I mean? How can I drop 30 pounds in 90 days or less? Hire Diggity. Shameless plug right there. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's about who, not how. And I realized in 2024, just submit to that. Like, it doesn't make you any less that you need to seek help and support. We are interdependent and we depend on each other. We need each other. So who, not how. Let's move on to 17. Oh, 17 is a good one. It's easy to do and easy to not to do. And it's be persistent. Be persistent. It's easy to do and easy not to do. And this comes with confidence. It comes with faith. And so I've just realized that persistence is the key. Doesn't matter how many times you fall off the bike. How many times you fall off the horse, bike, whatever you want to say. Get back on that bitch. Bitch, be persistent and, you know, ride that bitch out. It's so funny. I joke with my best friend and I always say this. One thing y'all gonna know about me at my funeral, y'all gonna say, if there's one thing that motherfucker ever did, is he never quit. That's one thing we do know, is that motherfucker never quit. I don't even know if we can keep this into the video. I think it may be too much profanity. But be persistent. Be persistent. Okay. I think we're at number 18. Maintain a positive mental attitude. Maintain a positive mental attitude. Listen, I'm hearing, okay, bring it in. I'm hearing a lot of talk in the streets about overly optimistic or like toxic positivity or something like that. Fuck that shit. No. Maintain a positive mental attitude. Attitude is everything. We have an attitude about everything. You have an attitude about this video you're watching right now. You have an attitude about me and my personality. You have an attitude about the bed, your relationship with the bed. You have an attitude with your relationship with your husband. You have an attitude with the relationship with your weight. We have an attitude about everything. And like I was talking about earlier, is like perception is key. And, you know, change the way you look at something and what you look at will change. And I just believe in maintaining a positive mental attitude and everything. Attitude can change, can make or break. And how you go into something, how you start something is how you finish. And so if you can start with a positive mental attitude, that can change everything. All right, let's keep the show on the road. Number 20, stay in the present. We have such a tendency to want to, think about the past or dwell in the past, think about, our missteps, what we did wrong, what we failed at, or, and that's good. I'm not saying reflection is bad. And then also on the flip side, thinking about the future too much, right? Fantasizing, which fantasy is great. Fantasizing is great. However, the power of now, that's also another great book recommendation, but the power of now, the power of being in the present, but more specifically, gratitude, right? Being grateful for what you have now, because a lot of times we overlook that and can kind of get frustrated on why we're not attracting what we want to attract, or, and the thing is like you're not attracting what you want to attract because you're not grateful for the things that you have. So be present. Okay. Number 21, eliminate the fear of criticism. I need to look at this list way sooner, and this was a huge one for 2024. This also comes from, I think this is the 6 ghosts. Fear, I think, yeah, from Think and Grow Rich, the 6 ghosts from fear. Somebody correct me in the comments if you know exactly what the label of this section is, but there's 6 ghosts. The fear of poverty, the fear of death, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of ill health, the fear of abandonment, and the fear of death. Excuse me, the six basic fears. The fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love. That's the one I was missing. The fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. So basically, essentially, these 6 fears are fears that we typically operate of. So when you sense anxiety, when you sense fear, this is something I've been practicing also too. When I'm sensing the anxiety or sensing the fear, what's underneath that is really one of those 6 basic fears. It's like, am I fearing criticism in this moment? Like, do I not want to film this video because I'm afraid of what people might say or people will think of me? Or do I not want to change my careers because I'm fearful of what my partner or my family might say? Fear of loss of love, like, do I not want to have that challenging and difficult conversation with my friend because I'm scared she may not want to be my friend anymore? Do I not want to invest in my body, or do I not want to invest in a fitness coach because I'm afraid that I'm not going to follow through, and I'm afraid of poverty, really? I have a fear of poverty. A lot of times I believe that our limiting beliefs are rooted in those 6 fears. For me in 2024, the fear of criticism and it was actually inside of me. It was my inner critic. I realized that I hold myself to a high standard, and I just realized that I could be overly critical within myself. But that criticism comes, it's like, for me, it's like, one, I'm just hard on myself, but also it's like beating myself to what others might have to say. But really, it's like, who cares what other people have to say? Because here's the truth. Y'all want to know the secret of life? The secret of life is, can anybody guess? Let me know in the comments. But the secret of life is, man becomes what he thinks about. But here's the one thing that I do know to be true. Most people don't think. And so I'm reminding myself now in this moment as well, like, most people don't think. So that's one of the reasons to never be fearful of criticism, because most people don't fucking think. So why do you even care what people have to say? You feel what I'm saying? Let me move on, because I could go all day on that one. Okay, I think we're at number 22. Ooh, say no more than you say yes. Number 22. Say no more than you say yes. This one was good, and I believe, and this is also situational, and I also believe there's seasons. So this is full disclaimer. These are all of these life lessons. We live in I believe in duality. I believe 2 things can live in the same space. So I do want to make that full disclaimer. 2 things can live in the same space. And I feel like things are situational and things are seasonal, right? Some seasons you are in your no season. Some seasons you are in your yes season. For me, 2024 happened to be a season where I realized I needed to learn to say no. I feel like in the past I've been in a yes season where it's like I want to say yes to everything, but once again, thinking about capacity, I realized that I had to ask myself, okay, do you have the capacity to add XYZ to my plate? And I realized that less is more, and that if I can say no to things, but then divert that attention into my goal or what I really want to achieve, then what you focus on grows. What you focus on grows, period, point blank. Number 23. Ooh, and this also dovetails off of number 22. Number 23, be radically disciplined. Number 23, 3, be radically disciplined. Discipline is key. And I feel like I'm still learning discipline. Every day is a new lesson in discipline. And even filming this video today was a layer of discipline. There was so much resistance, so much avoidance in it, and like reminding myself and shout outs to my village, my strong support system that, you know, surrounds me. I'm so grateful. So grateful. But people to remind you, you know, follow the plan, not your mood. Be radically disciplined. That's what that means. You know, your mood is going to change. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I just need the motivation. No, you don't need the motivation. What you need is discipline. You know, motivation may come and it may not come. But what you have to lay into is your self-control and your self-discipline. So be radically disciplined. That's number 23. Okay, and last but not least, life lesson 24 for 2024. Step up to your edge. Shout outs to Azaria. That was such a huge lesson for me this year, was to step up to your edge. You know, even when you think about capacity, I was talking about capacity earlier, but what does it feel like, or what is it like to step up to your edge, right? Like, what's the limit? What is the boundary? And I feel like that is such a loaded concept to understand and grasp, is step up to your edge, because it's so multi-layered. Because, okay, right, like step up, what's your limit, what's your boundary, but also respect and protect your boundary, and also push it. Where can you push your limit, or where do you need to, you know, ease up? So step up to your edge. Life lesson number 24 for 2024. Okay, and you know, I couldn't just leave you with 24 life lessons for 2024. You know, I gotta hook you up with a little some for 2025. You feel me? A little bonus, a little extra sauce. You know, one for the road. Okay, so one bonus lesson that I want to leave you guys with for 2025 as we're going into 2025. This is also inspired by my dear friend, best friend Azaria. Shout outs to you. I want to challenge you guys to do hard things. Do hard things this year. You can do hard things. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are that nigga. And you are that bitch. Do hard things. Cheers to 2025. More light, more blessings, more prosperity, more abundance, more peace unto you. All right, y'all. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I have had a time going over my top 24 life lessons of 2024. Let me know in the comments what lesson is resonating with you. I really want to hear what you guys found valuable and what you're going to be incorporating into your 2025 goals. Let's keep the conversation going. As always, it's your boy Diggity, and I'll see you in the next episode.